Hi guys, it's Mystic Healer here for the Lionsgate Portal, August 8th. So I'm going to be drawing from the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck, and I'll also be pulling maybe one or two cards from the Angel Answers deck by Doreen Virtue. So let's see what Spirit has to reveal to us tonight for this Lionsgate portal. Let's just shuffle the cards a little bit. Spirit angels guides, spirit angels guides. Just show us what we need to know for the Lions portal. Okay, so two cards popped out. And we're going to just put those down. And then I want one more card from Spirit. One more card from Spirit. Oops, and something just popped out here. So just give me a moment, guys. Let me just look at the cards. Okay. So let's see. The first card I'm going to talk about is this card here, which you should be able to see clearly. And it's talking about fear. And you can see this lady is surrounded by all these birds, and they're blackbirds. But if you notice, right in the center, there's actually a light. And inside of that light, there's actually another person. Don't know if you can see that clearly. So that's the inner aspect of her. And that's the part of us, I think, represents the purity inside of us that is really untainted by fear, even although we have all this on the outside. And really, what's on the outside is all the external things that make us feel afraid. But inside, we're untouched. And inside, we are strong enough to overcome our fears. So this card is actually a card of positivity. Here, we also notice that there's a cage, but that cage is empty. So these birds, these birds that represent fear, they're actually flying away. So it shows that we're moving away from fear and we're becoming stronger. And the number that's on this card is actually 11, which is considered a master number. And so I think this card represents the fact that we're moving away from fear, a lot of us, moving away from the fear that's associated with this pandemic and just becoming stronger mentally, physically, and emotionally. It has been a very challenging time, but it's forcing us to really look at ourselves in a very deep way. And so the next card that came out was Purity. I hope you can see this, right? And the number is 30, which reduces to 3. And in this card, basically shows a young lady who, you may not be able to see it so clearly, but she's standing on this area that's snowy white. And I think it represents, just continuing from the first card, it represents the purity of ourselves on the inside, that part of us that actually hasn't been touched by fear and tainted by all the negativity that sometimes can surround us. And so once again, Spirit is reminding us to just retreat within. It's very important to do your meditation, do a lot of self-care during this time so that we don't become overwhelmed with what is happening outside of us and around us. And the final card is this wonderful looking card here. and it says nourishment. And it's showing this young woman, and she's just opening her arms up wide and just, receiving this nourishment, which is in the form of an egg, which eggs represent prosperity, a gift. And for some of you, it may even represent conceiving, becoming pregnant, being successful in terms of conceiving a child, just being fertile. And so if you notice, there are a lot of fruits here as well. So not just the egg, but we see a lot of fruits. And the number on this card is 7, and 7 refers to spiritual completion. And so I think for a lot of us, we're coming out of this cycle of just the negativity associated with COVID and all that's going on around us, and just really having to center ourselves and refocus. And Spirit is reminding us that regardless of whatever is happening on the outside, we are always, 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 always being nourished from within. So we always want to remember that. And now I just want to pull maybe 1 or 2 cards from the Angel Answers deck. Spirit, angels, guides, just show us what we need to know for this Lionsgate portal. Show us what we need to know for this Lionsgate portal. Show us what we need to know for this Lionsgate portal. Show us what we need to know for this Lionsgate portal. Show us what we need to know for this Lions. Okay, something flipped out. Something flipped out. I thought, no, it actually didn't. Okay, so we'll go again. If it's meant to come out, it will. Spirit, angels, guides, show us what we need to know. Okay, 3 cards came out. I didn't think I wanted as much as 3, so let's go again. Sorry about that, guys. Let's go again. Let's see. Okay, this is actually sticking out, so we'll take it. And what's coming out is compromise. Compromise. And I think that's significant because in this picture we can see that they're a set of scales or a pair of scales. And I think it's reminding us that we have to come into balance. We have to come into balance with within ourselves, and we have to come into balance with everything that's happening around us. So we want to first become balanced within ourselves, and then once we are centered within ourselves, then we can become balanced with the outside world. And regardless of what we see happening around us, we will be able to keep our focus and accomplish what it is that we have to do. So I think this Lionsgate portal reading is very significant for us. It's just reminding us to let go of our fears, right? So if we want to summarize this reading, I would say it's showing we need to let go of our fears, center ourselves within. We want to keep focused by doing our meditative work, whatever practice works for you. So if you're not into meditation, then maybe prayer, exercising, whatever works for you in terms of self-care. And you want to keep that purity. And you also want to nourish yourself in whatever way works for you, both mentally, physically, and emotionally. And remember, you want to compromise, and I think this is really talking more about balance. Try to work with others, even although it can be difficult sometimes, but let's try to achieve that balance within. And once we try to acquire that balance within, then that will naturally lead to balance in the outside world. We can't control others, but we can control ourselves and our reactions. So I hope this reading was helpful for everyone, and I will see you next time. Take care.